Nika Jean Cavelli, and I am taking up Bachelor of Science in Secondary Education, major in Mathematics. I am here now to present to you my very own school culture map. Now, let's go and take a look at it.
What is a culture map? Cultural mapping, also known as cultural resource mapping or cultural landscape mapping, refers to a wide range of research techniques and tools used to map distinct peoples, tangible and intangible cultural assets within local landscapes around the world. Now, let us talk about what is school culture. The term school culture generally refers to a beliefs, perceptions, relationships, attitudes, and written and unwritten rules that shape and influence every aspect of how a school functions. But the term also encompasses more concrete issues such as the physical and emotional safety of students, the order lines of classrooms in public spaces, or the degree to which a school embraces and celebrates racial, ethnic, linguistic, or cultural diversity. I have first positive interaction and engagement. This is very important in a school culture. Why? Because having positive interaction and engagement is very important in how we could communicate, interact, and also involve our students in what we are doing. Not just between the teacher and a student, but also between teachers and co-teachers. Because if they have positive interaction, then they could also have a good collaboration and coordination with each other. As they have positive interaction, it will also inspire students. I could still remember when I was a student, when I was in high school, having a positive interaction with my third year advisor helps me a lot to become better in my studies. I would say my best year in high school is when I was in third year, since my teacher, he corrected us every time we make mistakes, but also he is a friend when we are in need of someone to talk to. Not just after classes, but during classes as well. If we do have positive interaction and engagement in our classes, then we will be able to see their connections to us. We'll be able to hear them say, "Ma'am, sir, I do have a question." That will make them more comfortable in our class. So the positive interaction or engagement actually will give a success for a lesson or a topic being discussed on the day. Positive interaction is very important as well because in how we are going to handle the classes with positivity, it also shows between the students. It also gives harmonious relationship to each other. So for me, positive interaction and engagement is very important as a part of the school culture.
Of course, aside from a very good or a positive interaction and engagement between teachers with their co-teachers, also students to their teachers, likewise teachers to their students, organize and strategy teaching or strategic teaching is very important. Having an organized teaching is what a teacher must aim. Why? Because if you are organized, then that means while you are in your room or in your class, you know what to do first, what to do next, and how to end it. It is how we can focus in what we are tackling in that day. For example, being organized on your lesson plan, on your PowerPoint, also in your pattern and how you're going to do it. As you have your techniques and how you can organize it, you could also know how to dwell with unnecessary situations that may happen. Since you're organized, you already have backups. Being organized as well will lead you to a success of your lesson. Also, being organized will give you, let's say, a friendly environment. Another example I could think of being organized is with your objectives. If you are organized, then you know your objectives, and once you know your objectives, you know what to do. And you know what is your game plan for you to do or to make it a successful lesson. Organized and strategic teaching is very important as well, because this is where you and your student having the positive interaction and engagement will also know what are the things that you can or have to discuss to each other. Those positive interaction will just be nothing without being organized in your teaching, because you have to be organized at the same time to have the positive interaction with them. That's why these two work hand in hand. And that's how my culture map will go as we continue. The cultures that I chose are those important things that the teacher must always acquire or remember for them to be connected with each other. So let's continue and let's go to my third culture. My third culture is safe teaching and learning environment. Why do we have this? Why this is important? For me, this is important because school is where everything starts. And parents choose the school when they think it is safe and it is a learning environment for their kid. There will be no doctor without going to school. There will be no any professionals, even our teachers. They will not be around without their teachers before. Teacher's role is very important, but the place or the environment speaks a lot as well. It influences them. It gives them the vibes. It gives them the feeling, the emotion that they will get once they're already at school. I could still remember there's a school that I went to before because I keep on transferring. I experienced that when every time I step in, I feel so happy, excited, and I'm excited to see my teacher because my teacher is very welcoming and she always smiles at me. And we are also tasked of cleaning a specific area, and that way I feel I am being part of the campus. I'm being part of the school, that I have done something for it. I feel like the environment that I have in that school is very peaceful. It's clean at the same time. It's very friendly. And I do have the feeling as well. I know, not just the feeling, that my parents sent me there because they do trust them, that what they can do for me and what they can impart to me. So safe teaching and learning environment is very important because it impacts the student. It helps the student in how they will face problems. It helps the students in how they're going to deal with pressures, how they will deal with their studies. That is why having a good or a safe teaching and learning environment is very important. My fourth culture is student leadership. Why students? Why not teachers? Simply because even our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal once said, ang mga kabataan ay ang pag-asa ng bayan. Even him believes in that. Our kids is the future. Every time I see children running around, I would always tell myself, someday this kid will be a leader. Someday this kid will excel and will inspire many people. If we are going to see them like that, then they will really improve. If a school have the culture of nurturing the students become a leader, of becoming a leader, then one day we will not be shocked that they will succeed on their paths, in their journey. I could still remember that when I was in high school, I always see the student council or the student government councils that they have so many tasks to do. I even told myself I don't want to be part of that group that is so tiring. There's a lot of responsibilities that they're holding at their young age, just like me, instead of enjoying other stuff. But now that I am in my age, I realize I just missed something that will help me grow. So, if a school have the culture of helping their students or their kids become a leader, or having a training of becoming a leader, that will be a really big help to them. Student leadership is very important as part of the culture, because we are here as a school, because we are here to nurture and help them grow. That is the very essence of a school. We are preparing them to become someone in the community. So this is my fourth culture, because I know this is very important and very valuable, not just today, but in the future. Vision for a lifelong learning. This will also apply to the students. But for me, as a culture of the school, I will focus more on the teacher side. I always hear this: teachers never stop studying. And yes, being a teacher, it is a lifelong process. So I would say it's a lifelong learning as well. As we continue, we keep on learning. As we continue with this career, of course, career takes years to be called as career rather. So I would say a teacher must have the vision for a lifelong learning. It never stops there. It never ends after a year or after 10 years, but it will continue. Everyday experience is a learning. And not just that, enroll. Encourage your teachers in the school to enroll a master's degree or a PhD, because by that way, it will also help them grow and become better and more equipped mentors to their students. A vision for a lifelong learning is something that the teacher must understand. They never stop learning. They never stop being a student, because every day is a learning for them. Now let's move forward to my second to the last culture. We're almost there. We're almost done. Okay? I call my second to the last culture as holistic sense of responsibility. What does it mean? Holistic it is characterized by comprehension of the parts of something and intimately interconnected and explicable only by reference to the whole. That means it focuses to the whole, not just part of it, but all of it. And if you have the holistic sense of responsibility, that only means you are very responsible person. And that's what we want in our school. Not just the teachers being responsible, but also the students. If the teachers practice being responsible or having the sense of being holistic in their responsibilities, eventually their students will see that. They will also practice what their teachers showing them. That's why it's very important that we do apply this, because it works hand in hand. What students see is what they are also will try to acquire to themselves. Holistic sense of responsibility is important because that shows our love, our passion being a teacher. That is where we can say, I fulfill what I have to, and this is a joy that I felt after the long hours of making your lesson plan, the long hours of making your PowerPoints, the long hours that you're cleaning your classrooms, the long days that you have is a product of being responsible. And nothing is wrong with that. Actually, it is a blessing, not just for yourself because you grow, but also to your students because they will learn. They will also change, adapt what they are learning every day from your classes. It's very fulfilling in feelings that as you continue and do what you have to as a teacher, your responsibility, you will be able to see the school is growing, because through your work, it is receiving blessings because of your hard work. That's why holistic sense of responsibility is a very wonderful culture to adopt in a school. Last but not least, what I have here is characteristic and cultural evaluation. Why do I place this in my last culture? Simply because everything needs evaluation. With evaluation, we know which part we missed, which part we need improvement, which part we lack, and which part we are improving, or which part we do best. Making your evaluation will also help you determine, for the next school year, what should I focus on in improving? What should I do to become a better mentor? Or what should I do to improve my ability or the adaptation of other cultures that we already discussed? So once you do have the evaluation, you will also know which part you have to focus in and which part that you know, I am already good at it. Now I have to do something else to improve myself. Evaluation is very important. That's why I place it to you in our last culture. Let's make it a habit to evaluate in ourselves and other stuff around us, so we would know what else I can do better.
스치기만 했던 너의 손을 잡고 어떤 길이라도 같이 걸었으면 해.